All right, are we live? All righty, Timmy. So give me like 5 or 6 top things that customers should not do during the buying process or pre-approval process, which happens all the time. What do you got for me?
All the time. I mean, right off the bat, going to buy new furniture. You want to go, you're in process, you're going through underwriting, you haven't closed yet, but you want to get ready, so you go in, you buy the sectional, you're buying the couch, you're buying the riding mower, and that can be a problem. So that's a no-go.
A no-go. So no big purchases. If nobody's told you, you heard it here, no big purchases before you start the pre-approval process. Don't add any new debt. And then also during that process.
I've actually, being in the industry as long as we have, I've so many stories. Like I've had actually customers at the dealership, car dealership, with the sales guy, just wondering if this matters that they're getting ready to close on a new car. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
So.
And it could matter. Not in all cases. Some people are completely fine.
Right, yeah. But just definitely check with your loan officer first before you do anything silly like that.
You got it.
Another one, grandma gives you $20,000. Do you go rush and deposit it into your bank account?
Depends.
If you can source, what if it's cash?
Cash. So let's talk about cash. So can cash go into a bank account? Absolutely. However, 20 G is going to raise an awful lot of eyebrows, and you got to be careful about it because we have to be able to source it. So we might coach grandma to give you a gift and give you a check instead of cash, and that would be a better way to do that. And we're allowed to have gifts. Gifts are okay, but cash tends to be a no-no.
Yeah, and we always brought up cash as king, but I guess in our lending world, it's really not the case. But what else we got? What about changing jobs in the middle of the process?
Man, this has happened too many times.
It's okay. It's not recommended, but
it can be okay. But this is the situation that I ran into. Somebody was changing a job. They were envy of the salespeople and the money and the freedom, and they were leaving their salary position and going into a commission position, which they know they're going to make way more money.
Right.
However, their salary went from like 120 grand a year all the way down to like 60. And then it was commission based from that point. Now, I agreed that he's probably doing way better now, but it crushed us. There was like, listen, we just went to a $60,000 salary. You don't have a history of earning commissions. You don't ever make commissions for the last 10 years, and you just jump ship. That doesn't work.
Right, you could go 1099 to W-2, but going W-2 to 1099, it's looked at differently.
Yeah, 1099, you're considered self-employed.
You need 2-year history, 2 years of returns.
Yeah, so if you change that up, hey, I'm at a startup company now, but they're paying me more money. They're not withholding any taxes, and they're going to 1099 you to not put you officially on the books. That's going to kill the deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What else we got? And I feel like we've all dealt with this in our careers. There's so many you can think of.
What about missing a payment? I can't tell you how many people that I pull credit and we start the pre-approval, and they're like, "Oh, our credit's pretty good. It's pretty good." And I'm like, "All right, well, let's take a look." And I'm like, "You guys missed your payment. We're in June right now, the end of June. You missed your payment in April.
Right.
You paid late, okay? And it's now on your credit, and your credit score probably just dropped 80 points because you missed."
And I've had that. And it could be like a credit card. Oh, it was only a $25 payment I missed. Well, it doesn't matter if it's $500 or $10. It matters.
Make your payments on time.
Right.
What about big cash advances off of credit cards?
Cash advances off a credit card. Well, is it allowable?
It can be. It depends.
So you do a cash advance on a credit card. So
10K.
It's
10K.
It's really unsecured, 10K. You put that in your account. You can source the deposit, but we add that into your debt ratio. Are you allowed to use that cash advance for a down payment or for anything in the mortgage transaction?
So it's a tricky answer. So the answer, it depends, okay? And I'll tell you. So we have a fiduciary responsibility to look at what's taking place in the last 60 days. So if I see a large $10,000 deposit and it was a month ago, well, that's in the last 60 days. So I have to ask, where did this come from? And then we're going to put a line through it. Even though it's in your account, we can't use it. But we're in June right now. If you did a $10,000 cash advance in January and put it in your account, February has come, March has come, April's come. We look back 2 months, April and May, it's going to say opening balance 10,000, closing balance 10,000. So we're not going to look at that. We're not going to be like, hey, where did this 10 G's come from? Because we only look back 60 days. Now, you could take a credit card our credit score hit if you max out a card that was at 0 and now you put it there. So 5 months later, you're now at 100% usage of that card, and that could take your score down. But technically, yes, a credit card could be used, if it's there, 4 months, 5 months back, and we're not aware of it. We're just looking at our bank statements. So kind of yes.
Here's one that's not really during the process. What about you have buyers out there that are going shopping for the house before getting pre-approved? It's kind of like, picking out the wedding venue before you propose, so something that you should definitely.
Some people might already know where they want to get married, but listen, I here's my take on that. I think one of the things that's really important about real estate is, as a buyer, you have to become an expert in the market. So maybe you start kicking tires, okay? Obviously, you're not going to write an offer yet. You haven't been pre-approved. Is it completely terrible that you went and looked at an open house? No, it's not. And I don't think he's saying that. But, you really should. It doesn't cost anything to get pre-approved, to have a setup to know exactly what the investment out of pocket is, how much you have to bring to closing, what every charge on there. We do videos that says this here goes to the title company. It's called title insurance with a small description. This here is recording fee. This here is estate transfer tax. This here is title insurance. And we'll break it down for you so you know what every cost is. You as a buyer, the more educated you are at buying and the more information you have, the more knowledge is power. And that means that when you walk into that open house and you're saying, yeah, I'm pre-approved with Home Choice Signing, yeah, those guys are the best, man. I know Tim. Okay, Tim knows everybody in the state. I know everybody in the state. Half of them have been in our class here one week or 1 month. So that is a bonus for you to say, yeah, I'm pre-approved and I'm putting down 10%. We're trying to keep our payment in around $2,900, $3,200, whatever it is. But that there's a big advantage for you to be pre-approved in advance.
And come to like us, a local lender versus going online to, I got a pre-approval online and
Rocket.
Yeah. And it's like, come on, go to a professional.
Yeah, this is all we do all day long. So don't hesitate. But follow up, because we've got something else, other ways to access cash that we can use. So we talked about that credit card. We're going to give you a couple more that you can get as well. So stay in touch.
See ya.